Welcome back in. Tomorrow is the day all of the ghosts and goblins will be coming around asking for some candy. But for some people, Halloween is every day.
Yeah, today we welcome local ghost behaviorist Chris Boris. Chris, thanks for coming in here. So you have the ability to go to buildings and detect whether there's a ghost in that building?
Yes, absolutely. I like to go in. I call myself a ghost behaviorist. I like to get into the psyche of a spirit and the mindset of a spirit, which helps me draw them out more than your average ghost hunter.
Well, the first question's got to be...
What got you started?
No, I want to know,
okay,
do you detect any ghosts in our WTOL studios?
Oh.
No, you guys are safe. I haven't felt anything.
Oh,
Okay, good.
Yikes. We did a haunted house last week. I don't want to be haunted by any spirits.
So how'd you start in this kind of a thing?
I used to be a big fan of the ghost hunting shows, but it came around 2008. I felt collectively the field had kind of hit this wall where I felt that ghost communication could be taken so much further, because I was learning things like psychology, ancient text, sociology. So I'm like, why don't I go out in the field with my technique and see what I can get? And the first time I went out, I ended up getting a 90-minute interaction with a spirit. You know, try wrapping your head around that. It just, the things that I was able to pull from the spirits too was just equally fascinating.
Are there good spirits and bad spirits?
Yes, absolutely. And one of the things I do house cleansings for people in Toledo. And usually in those cases, I'm interacting with a lot of the darker stuff that you don't want around.
Why are they dark? Like, why would they be a dark one versus a light one?
Mainly it's because of the headspace they're at. You know, if they die, if they're murdered or, you know, died very tragically, they're stuck in that headspace. And you have spirits like that just want to project their negativity onto you, or you have things that like to feed off you. So we have those type of spirits. Then we have the demonic type of spirits that just want nothing but just to cause pain and suffering to others.
So do you see the ghost, or do you hear the ghost? How do you tell what?
It depends how much energy they have to interact with the physical world. Usually I have to use a bunch of different devices to pull words from them, but usually I'm good enough now where I can hear a story, figure out, okay, I've come up with different classifications of spirits, so I can go into an area and be like, okay, what are you experiencing? And then from there I can kind of calibrate my approach to interacting with the certain spirit that is there. And I actually have some devices that I use because I love being able to visually show people the interactions that I'm getting. So here's a couple devices. This is something that I've created, a yes-no mnemonic, little thing
and
where
I can make this light up.
Yes, so I'll put a couple devices out. They can use their energy to spike these devices. So I'll start asking questions. I'll be like, do you haunt this area? Do you live here? And they can put yes, or I could say, did you die here? They could say no, and we can get into a conversation. I have a couple other box devices that I use, but this is cutting edge. I haven't seen anybody else use this kind of stuff, and it just helps me figure out what we're doing.
Too bad we don't have any here to tell us yes or no.
I know, they would start beeping like crazy.
You've done a lot of interviews on network level, a lot of interviews, big publications.
Absolutely.
Now you have a book, Haunted Toledo. Show us the book.
Yes.
So the Oliver House, that's one of the most prominent locations in town.
Yeah, I've been all over Toledo and gotten the best ghost stories that the residents have to tell. And I came up with 50 locations, some of them that you've probably visited. One that really blew me away was JCPenney's in the Franklin Park Mall.
What?
I ended up finding an article that a sales manager died in the 1970s on the sales floor. He had a heart attack, died there. And so I went in there, not knowing if the place was haunted or not. I talked with the current manager and I said, is this place haunted at all? And they're like, it's funny you mention that, because upstairs in their bathroom, the employee bathroom, they always have weird activity happening in there, like toilets flushing by themselves. They'll be in one stall and here's somebody in the other stall when they know they're the only one in there. So we have a lot of stories like that in this book.
Since you've been doing it for so long, can you just feel it? Like, can you feel that a place is haunted?
Especially when I'm doing house cleansings. If a place is like demonically infested, I can walk into the area and pretty much cut the tension with a knife. It is really thick. And then once I start doing my ritual, which involves like mantras and bells and a lot of things like that, you could just literally feel stuff just lift.
Okay, we've got to wrap up. Are there more spirits on Halloween? Do they come out more?
Yeah, there's a theory that the veil between the spirit world and this world kind of thins, and you can interact with them a lot more.
All right.
That is very cool. I could talk to you forever.
I could talk forever.
Chris, thank you so much for being in here today.
Oh, thank you.
We'll be right
Appreciate it.
back.